Hello and welcome to Patch. I'm your host Paul James, and today I'm joined by Jay Parnas, Damo Camilleri, and in this episode we're designing Super Smash Bros. For the Switch.
Yes.
Super Smash 5, whatever the hell we want to call it.
Even though deep down we know it's probably going to be
Super Smash 5 Switch.
Even though we know it's probably going to be Smash 4 Deluxe, even though that's probably...
No, not a chance. But we'll talk about that in a second. Yeah. So the whole idea, you might have seen our episode last month where we were doing the same sort of thing but for Borderlands 3, based on the fact that there were some rumours kicking around that it may be announced in June. That still remains to be seen.
Because
we quite enjoyed that sort of concept, so we're sticking with it, and we're doing the same for Smash Brothers now. So there's no real aspects of the game that we won't necessarily touch on. So in this case, we're going to try to
go all for all of it. Let's get all up in it.
The name, even. I don't know. We'll kind of get to all those sorts of things. So where do we want to start? Which sort of
the name?
All right, I'm calling it just Super Smash Brothers. Done. I see this as a platform.
You're the type of person that ruins wikis.
Oh no, I'm not saying it should be that, but I'm saying that's what I think it'll be, because they seem to be. I say the industry's doing it as a whole, but Nintendo seems to be on board with it as well, is this idea of leaning into games as a platform.
Yeah, I suppose, but they also...
Like Street Fighter 5 did.
But they called it Smash 4 3DS, Smash 4 Wii U, and it was the fourth Smash Brothers entry, so people ended up abbreviating to Smash 4.
Yeah.
Do you think they may have 5 MASH? Do you think they do that?
That'd be real lame, but at the same time...
Worked for Resident Evil 7.
And Nintendo doesn't mind lame, so... I mean, they could, but Damo, you got to...
I don't think that...
Got a way that
that's not what I would like to call it, but I think that might be where it goes. Or do we just got to go back?
Super Smash Brothers something.
Super Smash Brothers Tournament.
Okay, I'm going to go with Super Smash Brothers Assault.
Oh, yeah?
I'm just going through the different crimes of kicking the shit out of someone. We've had a brawl, we've had a melee, now we need assault and battery. Or
battery's the next one.
Super Smash Brothers Battery, yeah.
I'm really...
Battery would be the 3DS
Super
version.
Smash Brothers, or maybe it'd be like Super Smash Brothers Universe, something like it'll be something, a big open-ended thing.
We've already had Super Smash Brothers U. We can't do that.
Omega?
That sort of thing that kind of implies that we are just supporting this thing that's ongoing. That's what it is. And then maybe when the next gen comes along, whatever that ends up being, I know it's ages away when it comes to a Nintendo thing.
Nintendo has been pretty good with keeping their platform consistent. You look at Splatoon.
Yeah.
Do you think that's how they're going to go? Do you think they're going to be looking to do a Smash Brothers as a platform? Or do you think they're going to make it like Mario Kart and just make it...
They'll just keep adding to it, and they'll add to it. Which is... and, I mean, depending on how successful it is for them with the Switch, and they are releasing this game on a console that's selling even faster than what the Wii did at the moment. That may not be the case, but it is selling faster than what the Wii did at the same time anyway. I just don't see why, when the time comes and the successor to the Switch comes along, they may not just go, here you go, here's the same game again, we're just going to continue adding to it.
Yeah.
Or it's backwards compatible somehow, or whatever the case may be. Because really, I mean, the way the game looks in terms of its visual sort of thing, it's not really going to develop much more than whatever they put forth.
Well, do you think they change that?
Anyway, so they might just go, here you go, it's just that same thing. We don't need to make it look any better. It looks gorgeous as it is.
But imagine a Smash Brothers that was cell shaded.
I mean, that'd be cool.
That'd be fucking...
Maybe that's a DLC pack or something.
That would be fucking... Can you imagine a cell shaded Mario fighting a cell shaded Link fighting a cell shaded Yoshi?
We already have a cell shaded Link.
Yeah. Yeah. So what you're saying is
doing it.
So there's a precedent, is what you're saying.
Well, we know Breath of the Wild Link's coming in, so...
Yeah, what if they took the Breath of the Wild art style, or like maybe slightly more cell-shaded? That'd
be gorgeous. But
that'd be fucking phenomenal.
I feel like, and let's just run with my assumption for a moment that it was a platform, I feel like that's a DLC pack. I'd like to point out... it becomes like a little toggle, you can just...
I would like to point out that they did that...
Or it's a skin for each character.
Well, they did that for the 3DS. They did that for the 3DS. They gave it like the cell-shaded black outline. Don't you recall? They did. They went for a more flatter, like, cell shading.
Admittedly, that was them working with the constraints.
Oh, absolutely,
of the system.
Absolutely. But again, we're talking precedence here.
Yeah.
And obviously, we're talking bullshit. But I think it would look amazing.
We're a bunch of goons sitting on a couch talking about.
Absolutely.
The future of one of their biggest franchises.
Yeah, that they'll probably do a little bit more market research than us being
I
like,
don't think- I
you
don't-
know what would be cool? This thing.
I think we're almost in a day and age with these things where they almost do look to see what people are kind of, and I'm not talking about Smash specifically, but just as
Yeah,
the
I
industry, they kind of look, they're reading message boards, they're reading YouTube
Because it's way
comments,
cheaper
or
than
checking-
paying for market research.
Well, they'll have to pay for someone who is going to do
well,
that
yeah.
work, but I think they're sourcing more and more decisions, not just Nintendo, but across the board, from what people in the community are saying, because ultimately
That's what
the
people
successes
want to
of
pay
games
for.
live or die based on what we all think.
Oh yeah, I was watching a video about that. I completely off topic almost, but it was like some gaming company making something that will just gloss over that. But,
Video games, probably.
It was they were talking about like, you know, like, oh, will there be loot boxes in this game? And they're like, hey, are you serious about asking that question? Like, have you not heard anybody ever say like that? Hey, that's a great idea to add into a video game. Like, we understand what people want. Yeah, that's not something they want. Like, so back to
I
your
know
point,
it
like,
was an example. I mean, that could have been loot boxes as in Borderlands style loot
oh
boxes.
no,
But
like the microtransaction,
Yeah.
like things like, you know,
It's the
we want
question,
stuff
have you
in
sold
the
out?
game.
Like, yeah.
You know, you want stuff in the game, not outside of it that gets brought in. Like, that's not what
Is this the
people
Corey Barlog interview about
want.
God of War? Because that same thing transpired only a month or so before the game came out.
did it.
Yeah,
Are you putting
because
loot chests in there?
There's loot.
No, mate. You're kidding yourself. No.
Yeah.
And there's not a trace of them in God of War.
Yeah.
But,
Hopefully there's no trace in Smash Brothers.
yeah, I don't know. I don't think Nintendo doesn't seem too eager to go down that path. They're messing around with a bit in their mobile space, so they've added it to
Yeah, but
Animal Crossing Pocket Camp.
There were a lot of-
whatever it's called, the mobile one.
there were a lot of Wii Fighter parts that came out of the last Smash Brothers,
Well, yeah.
and that's definitely a thing.
That looks, it fits that.
But you know what? If they did it with all in-game currency, I would be totally fine with having a progression system in Smash Brothers. And this is totally a suggestion that I'll back. If you had a Wii U fighter that, as part of the progression, because they've had a coin system before in the
Melee.
Wii version, yeah, in Brawl.
I was a Brawl.
In Brawl, yeah, where you could like
Oh yeah, that's right. You put them into the little
they've done a few different
ball
things, but
dispenser thing, and
yeah, but you could also, there was like the coin game where you would shoot the coins, that'd be your bullets. Whether it's that or whether it's like you can spend coins in a shop or, you know, blind boxes or whatever, if it's all in-game currency, it doesn't matter. Like, no one cares if it's in-game currency. It's when it's microtransactions that it's bad.
I mean, microtransactions sometimes allow, like GTA, for example, but there's plenty of games that do it where you can just use microtransactions to buy more of that in-game currency.
Yeah, and I
That's
don't
opt-in.
and I don't think that's. I think you should have it to be like fight money system where it's just you get coins for doing everything in that game, and you then buy you get like blind box parts for like a Wii U fighter, like a costume or maybe like a move. Maybe it's like, oh, you can use, you know, Link's bow and arrow now, or you can use Mario's fireball, and you can basically make like a custom fighter, but it's from parts that you unlock, and then maybe you could do.
Might be a bit of a Bayonetta system where they just like, hey, you can buy everything online, with progression, or you can buy our amiibos and then unlock things real quick.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it'd be like, yeah, if you were
variable in that thing, not
well,
really.
but that's the thing. Like, if each character has like a signature move or something that your Wii fighter could get from whether it be a blind box or a shop or something like that, if it's like, okay, well, now we can have a Mario fireball, okay, we'll touch the Mario amiibo, or if you want Samus's like charge cannon, touch the Samus amiibo, or if you want like a
At least I've already bought all these amiibos, so
yeah,
it's not going to cost me a
but
fortune.
do you see what I mean? Like,
Are they coming over to visit you, mate?
yeah, there's an
Might
option
go
there.
over to my mum's. I've got them all stashed over there.
That's definitely an option there, and I feel like that's not too oppressive a progression system, especially if you want to build a platform.
Yeah.
If you want to build a
And we know
platform,
that people sink hundreds of hours into Smash anyway, so
Yeah.
even, I mean, Nintendo are good at balancing as a general rule anyway, but like balancing that grind will be important. But if they can get the sweet spot, then yeah, it's
and if you
easy
could,
done.
and if you can save your Wii or you can save your like Mii fighter or whatever fighter, your custom fighter, to an amiibo, then you could take it to a tournament and just be like,
He's hoping they actually get the limbs from the different characters though. So you've got like
yeah,
McLeod's arms.
that'd be
Mario's
great.
hands.
Wouldn't that be?
Just for-
wouldn't,
just-
nah,
just a
real
stupid
talk.
laugh.
Wouldn't that be fucking great? And then give it Kirby's
no, it
voice
wouldn't,
or
it wouldn't
something.
be great. I thought it was a
I think it'd be great.
stupid idea that.
Well, because I mean, like,
Because I can get the image in my head right now. Kirby's body.
I'm gonna go to the
Mario's
toilet. I'm gonna just go throw up.
head. No.
Alright, he's out. I mean,
He's actually using the toilet. Okay,
obviously,
keep going.
I mean, you would obviously build on, those little polygon fighters that they've always had that have been
Yeah.
like the shape of the different
Yeah,
in-game
it's
character
like
models.
silhouette.
You just be like, okay, well, I'll pick the Captain Falcon body set, or I'll pick the Samus body set, or you know what I mean?
I probably can't get around. I think it's good for a bit of a laugh. Like, there's nothing I think funnier than seeing Mario's head, Kirby's body, Samus's arms.
But it'd be just
So,
Mario's,
like, just for a
just
bit
be
of a laugh,
Mario's
but-
face on Kirby, just a big
Yeah.
fucking nose and a
I mean,
mustache.
we can do that with Kirby anyway, kind of.
True,
But yeah, that's all on the side.
I just think that that'd be a really interesting, like, because A, it gives you progression, B, it gives you an option to be like, I'm going to play as a random, like, me fighter or whatever,
Yeah,
like,
sure.
like a random custom fighter. So it's just like, you get a random assortment of parts, because, I mean, Smash Brothers is, if nothing else, a random ass fucking fighting game. Like,
Yeah, sure.
when you're talking about items that are dropping and shit like that, it's all fucking ridiculous. Shit happens on the fly. Like, there's a reason people play, like, no items, Final Destination, all that sort of shit, to try and remove that level of randomness. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So, you alright? You feeling better?
Oh, it's disgusting.
He's just had to throw all that up. I mean, he could probably hear us talking about Kirby with Mario's
Meta
head,
Knight's-
Samus's
No!
arm.
Meta Knight's
What,
head on
it's
Link's
just-
body.
It's just Kirby, like Mario's head in the
No,
shape
mate.
of Kirby's body.
No, it'd just be a body set with a fucking skin. Relax.
But at the same
Relax.
time, we're all taking the piss a little bit. But
but
I
again,
do think
I-
it spins off into, I guess, the thing that probably gets discussed the most, which is the fighters, the cast.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's maybe spin off into that now,
Sure.
because we're in a good place for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's maybe, before we think about guests from other
Keep it Nintendo
IP,
to
let's
start with.
kind of focus on Nintendo. Do we expect to see the same Nintendo cast come across?
Yeah, Goku's definitely there.
I feel like you've a great. There'll be a Pokemon from the new Pokemon games. There'll be Pikachu.
Yeah, so it'll fit the same sort of archetypes in many ways.
Yeah. So they'll try. Maybe they'll try and shoehorn Mewtwo back in. Maybe they'll bring Lucario back.
My guess is that everybody that's been in there is just coming back
Snake's back.
for this one.
I don't think Snake will come back.
No, maybe not.
Maybe with a few exceptions. But in terms of the first party Nintendo owned.
But in
Yeah.
terms of the first party stuff, I feel like you're probably going to see another Xenoblade character. I don't necessarily think it'll be Shulk. What's the new character?
Xenoblade 2, I don't know, I'd have to actually play it.
Yeah.
So I've
Okay.
gotten around to it.
Like I feel like you probably get that character.
It's just Hulk. Like they just shortened his
Yeah, it's-
name.
Yeah, he's just been like palette swapped to be green. Yeah. I'd like to see maybe another F-Zero character. Just for shits and gigs.
I don't even know who.
Samurai Goro, like Pico, they exist, they're out there.
Yeah.
They're
That
doing
sounds a
work.
mile over my head. But
Actually,
and that maybe says a lot about
speaking
the
of Fox
direction it might
McCloud, there is like James McCloud is actually an F-Zero character.
go. Oh.
Yeah, he's a human, he's got a like brown and white hairdo that kind of looks like Fox's
okay, looks
fur.
like
Yeah,
okay.
and he wears the aviators and shit.
Damo, who's the
It's-
first character you think of from the wide Nintendo suite of IP
Yeah.
that needs to
Tell me about
come
Fire
across
Emblem.
if they're not already there? And I'm sure
Well, the hard thing
you'll get
is-
you'll get your typical 10 Fire Emblem characters. In there.
I'm sure that
You can pick all 10,
I'm
including the
sure
one from
that
the
like
one
everybody's
movie.
coming back that's been there. If they're gonna drop in someone new, I think Bomberman might make his way in now that he's. I think Konami might be like, well, sure. fuck
I
it.
would agree with you.
You've been on Nintendo for
Ever.
ages.
Except
so,
for Bomberman Zero.
Yep.
I agree with you. I think
see,
I was going to
anything-
say that before when you brought up Solid Snake. I'm like, you know what? I think it'll probably be more likely to be Bomberman.
I think Bomberman would be a great fit.
I actually personally think Goemon from Mystical Ninja, but I think
Now,
that's
let's keep it
that's a
internal
stretch.
Nintendo before we really start branching it.
Just start it.
I know he started. I'm finishing it.
What? God.
Anyone
Guess
within that
ghost.
Nintendo suite that we've
Yeah.
not kind of seen before in a Smash that maybe needs to come across? I mean, we have had new Nintendo characters in recent years. We
I've-
are seeing the Inkling kids, for example. Do
So-
we see an arms fighter?
Probably,
there a
yeah,
particular
definitely an
arms fighter
arms
you think-
fighter.
because
The
you were
two-
talking-
It's got to be.
The
It's got to be
two-
Mr. Springy himself.
The
doesn't it?
two main arms fighters, the male and the female, probably.
I can't think of her name, but
I don't.
Springman, and
I'd prefer to see the ramen chick.
she's the one, isn't she?
Nah, it's the ballerina one. Was ballerina cheerleader?
Yeah, it's in the portraits.
There's the duo. I mean,
Anyway, you can if you're on the Switch, you've got your portraits.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely ARMS characters will make it in there because it's like, hey, how else can we just kind of? It's almost like you're showcasing, like, hey, what can we raise sales in? Oh man, look at this character! I've never played it. I've never played ARMS.
Smash
Bam.
really helps to lift the profile of.
Look, to me, Smash is your Fantastic Four of, like, comic world, where shit was going awry for somebody. It's like Spider-Man never used to sell.
Yeah.
Spider-Man was a terrible comic. They added into Fantastic Four. All of a sudden, Spider-Man's sales went skyrocketing. I feel like this is if you're focusing on the amount of money you're printing with Nintendo right now, and you want more of it, you're going to showcase some of the stuff that you're really working on. I think Bayonetta will come back. I know it's not Nintendo, but
it may as well. It may as well be at this point.
They basically own the IP these days.
Yeah, it may as well be.
I keep coming back to Toad in my head.
I
feel
like Captain Toad.
I think Captain Toad would
Captain Toad would be weird.
Will be.
Well, the weird thing about
Is he just? I was going to say, is he just not allowed to jump? Like,
well, he'll probably have some kind of device to.
He'll use his little pickaxe, and like if you need to do something vertical, just.
Do you think
and just as you move, he's going a million miles an hour, just using his little pickaxe, creating blocks.
Is his up B just his rocket ship, like just his spaceship?
Why not? I do agree.
I'd
love to see Captain Toad.
Let me ask you.
I want to see another game.
A contentious question. Not really a contentious question, but fuck it. Do you think we see a change to existing characters? Do you think we see Super Mario Odyssey Mario? Do you think we see Cappy instead of Flood?
No, I mean, I think we see Cappy, and I see it as like a sideways B, and it'll do something.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you
see them modifying the existing? Because Mario at the moment,
they'd be gutsy to get rid of the fireball. Maybe they get rid of the fireball, and you're throwing your hat at whoever it is, and just.
I think you're onto something, but I think it'll be like when you used to be able to customize your moves in the old Smash, where it was like, I mean, it's nothing drastic, but there used to be a fast motorcycle for Wario. There was the normal one did more damage, but the fast one, I think that they'll really focus on, hey, we've only got one Mario, but here's his alterations.
So you think almost like Mortal Kombat X style, where you can choose different like option A, B, or C, different versions. I
don't know about whether Link gets a whole new Breath of the Wild thing, or if...
Well, it seems like they're kind of showing their hand there. It does seem like he's getting a very Breath of the Wild...
But that's the thing, does he get the Breath of...
I know it's the character design.
But does he get the Breath of the Wild powers, is the most interesting thing.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll start waving his little thing around and start lifting things with magnets and stuff. That's the one, thank you.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm taking this.
That could be his grab move. It doesn't necessarily have to be his B attacks.
Yeah.
You could definitely have he could have a Samus style grapple hook grab or his hook shot.
Where it fits,
his hook shot used to be a grab that you could get people from a distance. It could now just be the magnet. You know what I mean?
Where it fits, I'm sure they'll look to do those sort of things where they'll modernise these characters using their most recent kind of skill sets.
Perhaps. Yeah, I would like them to have a chronological, you pick Mario and you can pick classic Mario, Odyssey Mario, Sunshine Mario.
What do you call it? Mario Maker style thing where you can just pick the different era, I guess.
Sort of, but from the character select screen, not an overlay that you have. Yeah. So it's you pick Mario and then you pick the Mario SKU, if that makes sense. So to be okay, Sunshine Mario has...
You've prompted an idea with this guy.
Oh, well, it's chronological.
But I do follow what you mean, though.
Well, when I say chronological, it's you're on the guest characters already.
He keeps going, can't help himself.
What? I
was going to say...
Not really.
Square Enix thing.
I do actually have...
I know you're keen.
The
guest characters are always the most exciting.
I don't think we've seen
any of the... Nintendo franchises.
I don't think we've seen any of the rabbits from Odyssey, but you know who I do think we might see? Or I don't think we might see, but you know who I think would be cool to see?
Rabbit.
When was the last time you played Skyward Sword?
Back on the Wii, and never again.
The cup that you're
until
fighting...
they release it again, but without
Was it Girahim?
Yes.
Is that the dude with the emo part hairstyle?
Yeah.
I think he would be a dope character to bring into Smash.
He would be actually pretty cool for it. The ones I'm thinking of characters coming back here, but there's two from Melee. They worked together.
Ice Climbers.
The Ice Climbers, I feel like
They were.
They're back.
because the reason they
Gotta
were
be,
in the
'cause
last
of-
one was
yeah.
because the 3DS
3DS.
couldn't handle what they were trying to do with them.
Ice Climbers had to be back. or I
Ice
legit
Climbers have to
Was
be.
not
will
technically
buy the
possible.
game but be salty about it.
Ice Climbers, but or we riot.
Just- I love them. Like, I think we brought this up in a previous episode. Go back and everything we've talked about Smash or predictions of things. The fucking Ice Climbers, man.
Like, do we see someone else from, like, so for example, Donkey Kong, where we already see Donkey and Diddy? Do we see, like, would there be another Kong that we know of that fits in well? I'm not necessarily saying that franchise, but are there other characters from these ones that have already got a bit of representation that we're not thinking of? I feel like
K. Rool.
K. Rool or Funky was the first one I thought of,
Funky,
especially how
yeah.
they've crowbarred him in and made him a big part of what they're doing with the tropical.
But
Freeze
K. Rool was
re-release.
like one of the characters that they were like
They
really
were really
voting
close.
on. Like
Yeah.
people, but Cloud
K-
Strife somehow made it. Like,
I mean, he would have gotten a lot of votes.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
let's be
Cloud
honest.
would have got
He would
five.
have gotten a lot of votes.
I get it.
But not as many as Bayonetta, apparently.
Well, no, which
But
is real surprising, but
Well, no,
awesome.
she's
but
a better fighter. It's not a clone.
she's actually a really fucking good character. I don't know if you
I
got
never actually went, like, after those DLCs, I bought them.
Bayonetta was
You
never
like
actually,
them?
never actually used them.
I never brought them.
And I
I've
bought the amiibos and never used them.
I bought the characters, and Bayonetta was like pinnacle of like Smash style fighting. It was fucking really fucking good. Yeah. Like that's the level that I would like to see the characters be like upscaled in terms of their complexity.
Nintendo. Something from
So
Luigi's
I do
Mansion?
think your idea, Girahim, is a good idea. I'd love to see something Luigi's Mansion related creep in.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Do you think maybe give him?
But that could be like what you're talking about with your different eras of Mario.
Well, that's
Well,
not.
that's
sort of like
that's
with
what I
Luigi.
was trying to think. Like,
Yeah,
that,
like
that
like
gives me-
skew.
I'm like,
not even different
because
eras, just like different
Luigi's
skews
such a
of
weird character, but like
He
you
is.
chucked him on with like
yeah, rather than just a coloured skin, it's actually
you chuck him on with some
difference between-
Luigi Mansion stuff. It's like, ooh, he plays very differently now. This is cool.
Yeah, or like a
Get behind
Wario
this.
Land or a WarioWare Wario. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
do you think we see? Do you think we see Waluigi? Is it time? Can it? I hope it's not.
It's probably time.
I hope
I
it's
hope
not
it's
time.
not though, because I just love seeing people who love that character get
Just
increasingly oppressed by the entire thing. I don't know how you can like him in the first place, but there are people who do. I feel like it's probably time, but if it's not, I'll be really happy.
Do you think we see like a Kamek?
Yeah, being the on broomsticks,
Magic
Yoshi's
Koopa?
Island. Yeah, the Magic Koopas.
Who else have we got?
You Koopa
I would love to see some of the like lesser Nintendo stuff that they've used as trophies in the past. I would love to see Golden Sun Isaac.
Do we worry that he might get too? It might be a little too similar to your Fire Emblem characters.
No, not at all.
No, I don't mean that as a crack at Fire Emblem.
No, I'm just saying.
in terms of how he
they're
fights,
very
it's
cloney,
similar,
man. Like
yeah.
you can say
Because
whatever you want.
he's got a sword. I mean, that's
the way
that's like saying
very different because Shulk was very different to that.
exactly. Well, no, because he's got all his like powers. Like you could
Nando
like
power.
the push and the all that sort of stuff, and like the fire
Yeah,
magic and
jump.
the ground magic and shit like that. Like the Golden Sun magic spells were varied enough that I think you've got a lot of resource there. I'd love to see a custom robo, obviously.
All right, let's just spin off into
Again,
non-Nintendo IP.
Well,
Is that-
this is a Nintendo IP.
Is Custom Robo
Custom
actually
Robo
Nintendo?
is a Nintendo IP.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was third party that just continued to release on
And to be fair, it was also a they have been a fucking trophy item, an assist trophy in past games.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Saki from Sin and Punishment was also another one that I think would be a great character to play as. He's got a gun sword, so he'd kind of be somewhere between Fox and Link, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
But very like agile, kind of like Zero Suit Samus.
Yeah, right.
Lots of fun to play there.
Any other Nintendo owned stuff, or do we jump into
KK Slider. Not really, but like I'm guessing there's going to be
As an
more.
assist trophy, absolutely.
No, not even that. It's just,
He puts
as long as they do
we kill
KK
off
Slider
Jigglypuff?
with ice cubes, today was a
Jigglypuff's
good
good.
day.
Can we kill Jigglypuff?
I'm done. Pardon?
Can we kill off Jigglypuff?
No, bro. Because then what's the Star Bomb? When they release the next Smash song, where's Jigglypuff going to fit into that?
All right, let's spin off into non-Nintendo IP.
Oh,
Now I'm
is that all
starting to
we've
think
got?
about Nintendo IP.
Yeah, is that all we've got for Nintendo?
Well, it's just that we keep just suddenly
Well,
creeping
okay,
into
what if we
let's
just
let's
talk-
embrace it. Let's lean into it because we've got other things we've got to talk about as well.
True.
Let us know in the comments if there are any other Nintendo-owned IP characters that you would like to see in there
Well, are there
Yeah,
any
it'd be really
Nintendo
good to
that
IPs?
we've not already discussed.
as a whole that are underrepresented. I mean, we've got Fire Emblem that used to be underrepresented, it's now overrepresented. Star Fox, I think, is slightly underrepresented. They've got because they got rid of
Star Fox and Falco these days.
yeah, they got rid of Wolf. F-Zero is got one character.
I just, in a kind
Mother
of funny
has-
sort of sense, I'd love for him to see something from Star Fox Zero get thrown in there, just to, yeah, no, we hate you guys a little bit.
Well, I mean, you could do
Mother,
that.
you said, yeah, give me something from Mother 4, if they they haven't made one.
Well,
Zing.
Yeah, there's certainly some IP that they perhaps could explore more, but I think it hinges on also their popularity. And you were talking before, or one of you were talking before, about how they kind of use Smash to help leverage some of those IP a little bit. They need to have a new game in that franchise on the way or out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But they could also do it down the line.
Like, they don't necessarily have to.
It could be something that happens a year after.
Like, again,
Throw
like,
Doom guy in there.
yeah.
I mean,
And they just explode into. He just comes in, grabs him in the face.
Yes, I was gonna say, like, can you imagine he just pushed up Kirby and he just like, it's like,
I mean, there's a lot of blood in Bayonetta. Like, there's violence in Bayonetta. and
Yeah,
she's-
She doesn't bring that level of violence with her.
yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So if Doom Guy was going to be in there, which he won't be, but if he was,
we have to have the double
Just
barrel shot.
drop
with the
a
shotgun.
BFG in the game. Just drop a BFG in the game. That's
an assist
subtle
trophy,
hint.
yeah.
Yeah, it just does the like.
If anything, it's an assist trophy that just pushes the switch out of your hand.
you joke, Goku.
No, seriously,
the
if
demand is
people
there.
demand for Goku, I will execute them.
demand is
in
already
real
there.
life. I know.
It's already
But
happening.
you demand if you saying it in front of me, I will execute you there and then. Doom style, like glory kill, whatever you want to call it. Don't. It's dumb. It's really dumb.
It is really dumb. You're
Like, what? You're gonna throw Superman in there too, just to really get the fanboys going?
Yeah.
lot of salt
you
there.
mentioned Goemon before. You've been
mate.
on the back of him. For
I
years.
have for years and years, and it's obviously it's not a thing that's going to happen because there's the name recognition's not nearly there anymore. But I mean that's a series that has been exclusively on Nintendo franchise, Nintendo
Forever.
like forever, except for like one PS1 game that I don't think made it out of Japan. But they had games literally up to the DS.
Don't tempt me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think we should have more Street Fighter characters too. You're right.
One that I thought of, and it's because
Mystical Ninja.
the head of the company in particular said we're open to working with them. I
I've
would
heard
love to
this.
see
Blinks the
Banjo.
time sweeper.
I would love to see Banjo come across because Phil Spencer himself has
I
said,
think Banjo is
we
a
are
great
not
choice.
closed to the idea
Yeah.
of
But
our IP. Not necessarily Banjo, he didn't specifically talk
But I
about
feel
a
like you'd
particular
get Conquer instead and be real depressed.
Or even,
Conquer or Banjo. Could
I think Banjo is like easily more malleable in the Smash system of
Ukulele?
like.
yeah. I mean, I don't think so, but there is the chance that ukulele goes on there. Like, hey,
I don't think
we
the game
invested in having this get put on the Switch, and the sales weren't great. How do we sucker people in that never played the game? Check it on Smash.
Yeah, I just wonder whether it's big enough that Nintendo's like, oh, we don't need you.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
I mean, that's the only thing I say
That's
about that,
pretty
whereas-
much what I'm
whereas
thinking.
Banjo does still have that leverage, even though we haven't seen one in yonks. And Microsoft can
Yonks!
and Microsoft can throw
well,
however much money
yeah.
they might want. Or
technically,
Nintendo,
we saw it at Rare Replay, so it's not
Yeah.
that long ago. But
well, in like a new entry, I guess.
yeah,
Because Nuts and Bolts was a long time ago now.
yes, it was.
Woolly, I keep looking over it.
Woolly Yoshi.
Yeah, the Woolly was-
Again, another one of those skews where it's like
Yeah.
you could have the
No, but like, isn't there like
If
other
he
Woolly
goes to if he goes for a dodge, Yoshi just unravels and then re-ravels.
That'd be sick. That'd be sick.
hilarious.
Like even if it's just a skin, but I really do like the idea of having like a different SKU for like
Yeah.
a different.
I think it's
form.
a cool premise.
And I think with that you don't need to have a roster of like 60 fighters because if you've got like 3 different Marios, 3 different Warios, 2 Luigis, a couple of Peaches, you've got like a Bowser, a different version of Bowser, you've got the different like Koopa Kids, that's like 6 there. Like you can really start to like fuck with it. And that way you can take all the different links. You don't have to have the oh, this time I got Twilight Princess, this time we've got Skyward Sword, this time we've got Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
You can have all of them.
You can cycle through it.
Yeah, and again,
think they'll-
like you said, they've already experimented with having like variations on their specials.
Yeah.
So I don't see why they couldn't do that. Just swap out a move, give them another move.
Now, because we could just talk about characters all day, yeah, something we could just briefly touch on would be
Chrono, you're right.
levels. if we're talking level design and things like that, we'll obviously get. I think they'll bring back Omega levels. I think that was a really great.
I think that was
was great.
fantastic. That was extremely well received.
That was great.
That was like their Final Destination version of everything, was that right?
Yeah,
that's
right.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, there's so many levels that I turn off all the time that
I think the scrolling levels need to go away forever.
I do too. I don't think that anybody in any
They're not
it's not
the
even
common
fun to
players
play
that
as a
play games. Or
Pardon?
levels, sorry, they're the ones that have probably played the least by most.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm not
mean,
a big
it's
fan.
just you could just make room for other things. I mean, and there's heaps of things. Yeah, there's already heaps of levels. I do hope they do that thing where you can go back and play old things. I would love if we saw like the first Saffron City, like with the Pokemon broke
okay.
out. Like I'd love for them to bring out that.
Celadon?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, probably
can't-
Celadon
Because
was
it's
the big.
the
That was the
big
city.
shopping centre. Yeah.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
The right idea though.
Just to quickly touch on guest characters, because it wouldn't be a speculatory thing unless I said Mega Man X, and by extension Zero, because fucking what are we doing?
Well, yeah, aren't they bringing out a
The Mega Man X collection 1 and
Yeah.
2. Yep, they're on the way.
and
Basically, like
Mega Man?
Capcom, just take all the shit that didn't work in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and just bring it over to Smash, where
Which was
where you're welcome. Well, it was the Marvel shit that ruined the game.
Yeah.
And
It was.
do we think that we're going to get the
Monster
GameCube
Hunter?
controller come back?
There'd be a presence of some Monster Hunter in there, but more in your sort of.
I feel like if you can, maybe they'll make a Bluetooth one, maybe.
Yeah, I think they'll go wireless, definitely.
Yeah, I think they'll probably be a limited run. I don't think that they will
Oh,
sell
no,
them
it's pretty money for them though. They know that.
for sure.
What do you think? You think?
No, I'd
they'll do it?
agree with that.
I think that
People
you'll be able
loved
to
it
use
back
the
in the day.
Joy-Cons and do the old Wii shake to get your Smash thing.
Yeah, you could do that. I mean, you've got the
You've got the Pro controller.
Pro controller, you've got Joy-Con attached, you've got Joy-Con separate.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah, do you think maybe
something
they don't
else
need
that'll
it?
connect in a
think
similar sort
ma-
of fashion. This is a brilliant controller.
Yeah,
love it.
maybe they don't need the.
But it'll be one of those things again. Put their ear to the ground and see what people are saying. Like,
I mean, there's so many people that love the GameCube
but in
controller.
spite of having this,
I love the GameCube controller, but I don't know
If
if
there's
you've
less
got
of
that.
that
I
sort
don't
of
think you
talk,
need it.
if there's less of that sort of talk now that we've got a controller like this, and you can only kind of look and try and compare and contrast what you've seen
Yeah.
over the years. But if there's less of that, then you just say no, kill it.
Yeah.
Because clearly people aren't as desperate for the GameCube controller because we've got a perfect replacement.
So, God tier question now: what do they do for a story mode? Do they go down the avenue of the subspace emissaries? Obviously, they don't. No side-scrolling levels. Side-scrolling levels were shit.
Yeah,
Or do you just go to not having one at all?
just your old school arcade, go through the fighters.
Yeah, go through the ladder.
I don't know
Those cuts-
that teaser video.
Those cutscenes are fucking
that had
sick.
something.
they
There's
wanted to do something, yeah.
weird about it. I can't put my finger on it. Like
Or with the big
big
sun
clock.
thing. Yeah.
the
they're
countdown
implying there's
for
something
blow your
being-
speakers in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I think I've seen that actually. But yeah, they are. I think implying not super like they're just subtly enough that they want to do something meaningful with the characters and
I hope
story
they do.
around these
I
characters.
really hope they do.
It's replayability though. That's just the best thing about it. Like,
Yeah.
you just because what if you get bored of just smashing people? It's like,
Yeah, just go and see
man,
the
I'm just gonna
stories
go-
of each of them.
I'm
see
gonna go
what-
smash out the story.
Yeah.
LOL.
What about side modes? Like we've had things like break the targets and stand on the platforms, and then we moved into like the collect
home run contest.
home run contest, and like the collect
Don't bring that back.
collect the coins and shit like that. Like we've had some shit. Do they do something new? Do they bring some of the old shit back? Do you think they bring the break the targets back? Do you think they bring Do you think they bring the race to the finish back?
I think it's a great way to practice skills. I think that
So do I.
anything that they can do with skill practice and things like that.
But do you think they make it a training mode, or do you think they make it a bonus mode? Like,
Well, they'll have their training mode anyway.
yeah.
yeah, no, but I mean, do you like?
One that kind of doubles.
Do you
as that.
build that out into, okay, well, you can have training of just like there's a dummy character and you just kick the shit out of them like a fighting game training mode, but also they've got like the break the targets as part of training?
Yeah.
Or do you think they maybe have them as like bonus games? Like if you're going to do an arcade ladder, it's like, okay, like smash all the barrels, beat up a Honda, you know what I mean? Like Street Fighter, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what do they do? And if they do they do a Mercedes-Benz licensing deal and have you kick the shit out of Mercedes-Benz?
Yeah, I don't know. Mercedes would be keen on that one.
Probably
Mario
not.
Kart was good. Mercedes in Smash probably won't go down as well.
Probably
I
not.
wouldn't mind, and maybe
Kick in a Mercedes?
No, like that if with online coming, you know, they're really hyping like, hey,
Leaderboards?
you're gonna be paying for this. Well, yeah, a leaderboard in the sense though that like you've got your global, you've got your friends, you got your thing. Because like I mean, actually, people, you really got to start adding people. This need to be connecting their social media to their switches so I can just add them easier. Like it's everything. But I really love being able to go. Paul got 2 seconds better than me. Oh, prepare to die. Like, not to the levels of certain, you know, practice for 12 hours one day and then invite everybody over. But we just, I think that healthy competition like that is phenomenal. If you're opening up your online, it shouldn't just be based on just the fighting side of things. I think having things like that.
It's gonna be like character specific, like,
it's like,
okay, well I'm a fucking god tier at Ness, so I'm gonna smash out some, you know, break the targets with Ness and try and get a leaderboard with that, or I'm dope with ice climbers, so I'm going
allows
to
people opportunities to succeed given the path they've chosen.
I would like to see them come up with some new little mini games like that. And I, again, like to speak to my like currency idea before, I think that's a great way to build that up, like beating your personal bests and like moving up a rank on the ladder or something like that. I think those are great ways to be like, cool, we'll dole you out some currency.
Yeah.
You can buy these trophies. Maybe having it where you can, having like a little separate mode where you can like arrange the trophies however you like and make some little happy snaps. I think would be really cool.
Share them on Twitter.
Yeah, maybe a Mario Maker level where you can kind of
like that. It'll become my
that will
header picture.
That will be a thing. The Mario Maker level. It'll just probably be that box, and they'll be like
just a.
And like, it'll be like
I
the
think
big
building everywhere. That's one level I'd be okay if it scrolled a bit.
Yeah.
You know what? I would actually be happier if you could like customize your Mario Maker level instead. So build some of the Mario Maker tools into a level, have you be able to customize it, and then like share that.
Yeah,
that would be sick.
If they're doing the build your own levels again, like they did on the Wii, I do hope that it's a little bit better. That builder,
again, they've got the tools.
That builder was a bit rubbish.
And the online infrastructure is much better now too to support it. So that makes a big difference. When are we playing this thing?
When
October, November.
September when they release online. When they release online, they'll be like, hey, guess what? Smash is out.
It's definitely going to be this year. Nintendo has already announced, and as of the time you guys see this, it's about 2 weeks old news now, but they've already announced that is going to be their, like what Mario was last year and Zelda year before, that is their centerpiece of what they do with their E3 presentation this year.
Which means it's here.
By now,
it's done. It's
you've probably seen the Nintendo Direct about, or Nintendo thing about their online. They were talking about it this May, so... Sorry, we pre-record these things. I have no idea whether it's happened or not yet. But they were doing something this May that talks about their online system and probably a specific date as to when.
Yep.
So,
I think
day and date.
There's a buffer. You have to have a buffer.
Yeah, no doubt.
There is
It
never.
gives us some time
Tell me an
update Mario Kart and Splatoon and those sort of things to work with it in there. They're kind of test guinea pigs because most people have been and gone.
Oh yeah, they keep doing those.
People come back.
Tell me of
trying.
any online game that has had a successful launch.
Destiny, every single time.
Destiny's had a successful
Destiny, the games themselves, and Call of Duty, anything Activision does actually. When Activision.
When I'm talking online game, I'm talking like completely online, like a World of Warcraft or something.
I don't know.
Yeah. So because if you're launching your online service as a whole,
Destiny is constantly online.
the online service was already there for Destiny to use.
Yeah.
They already had the Activision set up. They're launching the entire online service. They're not going to launch it day and date.
No, this is absolutely different.
I would say 1 to 2 months
I take
buffer.
that back as soon as I kind of said it. As soon as I saw the looks on your face, I'm like, hang on, that's probably not a good idea. Yeah, they probably do spend
1 to
a
2
month
months.
tops, I reckon, because then you end up in the November window and it starts. They want to be in before Black Friday and all that sort of stuff. Not that it probably matters.
No, it doesn't, because you still got Christmas. That shit.
It's the-
when did Mario come out last year?
The weekend before Black Friday.
Which was
I don't know.
October, last weekend in October.
Something like that. Yeah.
Came out just around PAX last year, didn't it?
Yeah.
Or was it like the
PAX
weekend?
weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the weekend I pick.
Right, fair enough.
Odyssey
that's
weekend.
That's Red Dead weekend.
And?
I mean, I know Nintendo doesn't have to really care, but
No, they don't.
I think they're savvy enough to know. Let's just give each other some space here.
I don't know, man.
I want some Smash Joy-Cons too. Just gonna check that out.
Yeah,
Nintendo. Check us some.
Yeah, I'll
Smash
pick that up.
Joy-Cons.
I've got my Mario red ones.
Yeah.
I'd happily do with some Smash.
Yeah, I
ones.
could do
Provided
it.
they look-
I could do it
they need
two
to
more
look-
controllers to make arms a lot more better, and I won't do it until I know for sure.
You got some good ones to use. Yeah, that makes sense. No, I feel like they'll steer clear of Red Dead just because.
So what, do they launch the week
professional
before?
respect sort of thing.
Do they really?
Nintendo's a pretty respectful company. I think they'll keep away. Rockstar's put their flag in the sand. I think they'll keep away. Just out of show.
Do you think it's respect, or do you think it comes across as fear?
No,
'Cause if it-
I'd be
I feel like
I'd be
if
more
it-
scared of Smash. Like if I was Rockstar, I'd be the one. Like if I had to choose which company's shoes I want to be in, I'd want to be in Nintendo's with Smash.
Absolutely, and that's why I'm saying.
That's why I think it's not a fear thing. I think it's more of a we're showing respect for our competition.
I suppose. So do you launch before or after?
Especially since Red Dead's not even coming out on their platform anyway. Like let's just give them their time.
Do you launch
2 weeks
before or after?
at least.
I think you end up going before.
Okay. So then that's looking like
mid-October.
early to mid-October, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, September.
That's about
the end of,
yeah,
like the
October
second
now.
half of September and then the first half of October is them messing around with Mario Kart, Splatoon, making sure all the online's kind of working with Cherry, right?
And hopefully their
Well, isn't
online
there-
service.
isn't
of
their
getting
online
free
already
games
on?
and-
Hey.
Isn't their online already
It is,
on?
but it's free.
Yeah,
the
but
free.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it should be pretty much ready to go, but just getting everything settled and getting people in the door,
Getting subscriptions.
and then like making sure
make
because
so much money.
one of their big things about it is you're getting your game with kind of
Well,
online
there's-
stuff or whatever it is it's
and
meant to be.
again, you'll
So-
know that by now.
Yeah, you'll know it by now.
See,
So-
someone was saying to me that they reckon that Nintendo will probably do, hey, buy Smash, get your first month online free.
yeah, it could be something
like,
could be
just-
like a PlayStation Plus sort of deal. You buy a game and there's
or it's even
14
like,
days in it, you
it's
can-
like, hey, it's a perfect way. It's like, hey, I already brought the online. Dude, here's my 1 month
here's a month,
online.
add it.
Go get Smash. Like, if you didn't pre-order it, go get Smash now. Fucking jump online with me. Like,
No, that makes
what's
sense.
it doing?
Yeah.
I think we can't talk about. We could talk about heaps more, but I don't think.
Yeah, no, I think we've kind of at a pretty good spot here, especially time-wise as well.
we've gelled a good game.
Yeah, I think Smash is looking pretty good if it's anything like what we've just kind of discussed here. It's been pretty
honestly-
good regardless, because Nintendo are far better at this than we are.
It's probably
That's why
not.
they're employed in the games business,
It is-
and we're a bunch of flogs sitting on the couch talking
It is
about
probably Smash 4 Deluxe, though. Let's be real.
I
it's
don't buy that.
Smash 4 with Splatoon characters.
What if they just went Smash?
We'll know soon.
I didn't even go Smash Brothers. It's just Smash.
Yeah, like with the 5 instead of the S.
No, no.
You're keen on that one. That's where we'll wrap things up. They're cool ideas.
Have you seen Nintendo's naming
I know
conventions?
they don't have one.
It's
Donkey
Smash,
Kong-
but it's with a
they
dollar
don't have
sign.
a
Let's admit
convention.
it.
Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, bruz. Every single word in that has a different font.
Yeah.
Like, it's come on, son.
That is another episode of Patched. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. All that stuff is down below here.
The big three.
Hit the notification bell. That'll alert you to any new videos that go live.
It's probably a bunch
and the
right
videos
here.
will be episodes of Patched, the Video Games Club, The Insider, Player 2 Plays, trailers, the Late Game Review, a whole lot more. Go check it out. Written content you can find at the website, player2.net.au, where you find reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news,
The
features,
subscription list would be over there, wouldn't it?
the Player 2 Writers Draft.
Yeah, right here.
Heaps more, all contributed by some of the best talent in Australia.
Yeah.
The Patreon, patreon.com/player2au. Consider kicking in a few dollars. You'll help the Player 2 dream continue to grow. You'll get rewarded with early access to some videos, exclusive videos only to those at higher tiers, and at the top tier you can join us in the monthly Player 2 podcast, which we've finally started doing.
We should
again.
probably get this on like a recording that you can just add to the
Yeah,
end
just
of
drop
every
it at the
video.
end. But then
It'll help. It'll help Paul.
Then you
buy
don't get
his-
this sort of banter and stupid stuff. I know how it goes.
Then we
'cause I
don't
do
get
it
to
at the end of-
shit on you every month.
Because then I do it at the end of every Insider and everything anyway. So I know this spiel pretty well now.
Joe Rogan
Twitter,
experience.
Tacos Talks.
Yeah,
You're
man.
not on Twitter. Paul James P2. The website you can find at Player2au.
Fuck Twitter, come at me.
And until next time, thank you very much for watching. That's Smash Brothers for the Switch. Hope you enjoy it. We'll see you later.
Peace.